Tanisha Be More here, and guess what? I am back, and I missed y'all. I know it has been quite some time since the last time I have dropped my last video, which was probably about 8, 9, 10 months ago. Too long. But I am back. You know, sometimes life has a way of making us pause. We go through a growth period, and now we are in the season of realigning. So happy to be back, and let's get into it. So now that I am back, know that I am new to this. So I'm going to try to record this and no mess ups, but if I do, then oh well, that's life. Life comes with tons of mess ups and things that don't always go right. So we're going to just go with the flow. I'm just going to give you authentically me. So let's talk about a year ago. A year ago, I was in a crazy space. I was dating someone long distance. Things were going really well. And then abruptly things ended. Like literally ended. Right before that, though, I had purchased a rental property in the state where the person resided. Not because of that person, but because I am in real estate. I have been in real estate for 20 plus years, and I felt that it would be an amazing opportunity and investment, and that it has been for the past year and a half now. So, and after a lot of prayer, talking to God, replaying events, I just realized that sometimes God will just put people in your life as a part of the plan, and when they are no longer a resource or needed in that season of your life, God removes that person. God does what he does. No questions asked. So after taking some time after that situation happened, I did a lot of praying. I did a lot of reflection, and I felt in one moment a dream that I had since I was a child was to write my own book. And I had been writing over the years, many, many years. And I just had it saved on a hard drive, just different entries about my life and things that I wanted to put in a book, but I just didn't know how to organize it. And in this moment, in this season of my life, God directed me and said, daughter, now it is time to go ahead and finish and write this book. And that's what I did. So I wrote the book. It is called Butterfly Effect, which is basically a compilation of stories of my life with how God has aligned some of the most amazing things in my life, hard times, childhood trauma, lack of confidence, imposter syndrome, you name it, it was me. Now, no. But I went through a lot of my life. And I talk about that in my book. And then also in the book, after each chapter, it basically gives you different tips and resources on how to navigate through those situations, whether it's grief, because I did lose both of my parents between 2017 and 2020. I talk about that in the book. Relationships, friendships, you name it, it's in the book. If it's a part of life, it's in the book. So that has been an amazing experience. I got so much good feedback from family and friends, and that can still be purchased on Amazon, humble plug, or it could be purchased on my website at TanishaBlakemore.com. So check that out. But in that, I finally decided to write the book, and I can't believe still to this day that it actually happened. The day that I received my first copy in the mail, I literally sat in a car and I cried, because I'm like, oh my God, that 10-year-old little girl who loved writing, who wrote short stories, who had an imagination that was far-fetched finally wrote the book that she always wanted to do and that she had done as a 10-year-old. I literally, as a kid, if you are old enough to remember, I'm not sure if they still have it now, but loose leaf wide rule paper would write stories, and I would put those pages in one of those folders with the little fasteners, and then I would design the cover of the folder as though it was a book. And again, after almost 30 years, 35, 40 years, I finally did it. After that, I still had some reflection to do, some soul searching to do, like what's next? Was not happy in my career, just was not happy in life. Though I felt like I have accomplished so much, I was just not in a space of absolute peace. I had actually lost 10 pounds with a lot of walking. So health wise, I was doing pretty good then. But I just really wanted to find my happiness. I felt like how I talk about in the book, The Butterfly Effect, I felt like I was literally in this cocoon and I was starting to unravel and come out of that cocoon, but I didn't know what was next. I didn't know where I was flying to or, what was next in my path. So I took a lot of time to do a lot of reflection, a lot of praying, a lot of crying, um, a lot of isolation, because sometimes God puts us in stages of isolation where he has to hide you. He has to hide you from the world. He has to hide you from friends and families just to drown out all of the chaos and all of the noise and the opinions and, you know, that sort of thing. But yeah, and I think during that time, a lot of people thought that I had stopped talking to them or I was mad at them. And that wasn't the case. I just was going through my own stuff and I really needed to see God. I really needed to see God in that season. And it was definitely a journey. So, in that, I decided that I was going to really decide on what I wanted next in my career. I have done everything from legal, finance, procurement, but none of that I love to do. And I had to ask myself, Tanisha, what is it that you love to do? And I love helping people. I love planning things and putting things together and let me get comfortable and planning things from beginning to end and just seeing how, that flourishes at the end of that project. So I said, you know what? Why not project management? And so I buckled down. I started applying for jobs. And I had already been applying jobs here and there. But the beginning of January of this year, I really buckled down and said, you know what, I'm going to, tailor my resume with all of my duties from my past jobs. And I'm going to give me a project management job. Now, in that, I also started to study for the PMP exam because I thought, Lord, wouldn't it be great if I got past the exam before I got the job that would further or either help me get the job, because I didn't feel like with the experience that I had, I could actually get a project management job because I had never had a project management title before. So in that, I studied, I studied, I studied, I studied, and I studied some more. I tried to suck in all of the project management material until I was sick of reading it. And then finally, I took the exam. Well, let me rewind. Previous to me taking the exam, probably about a couple weeks before I was scheduled to take the exam, I had got an email from a prestigious law firm that I had applied to that I had wanted to work for 10 years ago when I was in the season of paralegal studies. I had applied for a project management role there and I had got a email for an interview. So I did the phone interview, I went in for an interview, and lo and behold, long story short, I got the job. So in that situation, God showed me, daughter, you do not need to be certified to be qualified. I got the job before even taking the PNP exam. Now, fast forward to taking the PNP exam, guess what, y'all? I failed that exam. I failed that exam miserably. I went in confident, thinking I knew all of the things about project management. And that exam was nothing of what I studied. So there you have it. But again, God showed me you don't need to be certified to be qualified. And it has been 6 weeks, 7 weeks as of now that I've been on the job, and it's going really well. It is definitely an adjustment um, because I was once a remote worker and now I am back in the office a few days a week. So it is definitely an adjustment, but it is also a blessing. What else have I been up to? So April of this year was my mom's birthday. My mom is no longer with me. She got her wings in 2017. And I remember one of our last conversations was she told me, she said, T, I want you to continue to flourish in your businesses, whatever it is, whatever goals that you have to do, but never stop living life. My mom knew that I was adventurous and I love traveling and I love doing so many different things. Some things I held off from doing because I know she probably would have had a heart attack. But I think the craziest thing was me and my mom had a conversation because my mom had cancer, so she knew her last days were near. And I remember her telling me, because she knew that I love to travel so much, she told me, keep traveling, daughter, keep seeing the world. And she had told me, she said, you know what? When my time comes, I want you to cremate me. And every time that you go to She told me, every time that you go to a different country, I want you to take my ashes and I want you to sprinkle a little of me there because I want you to know that I was there with you. I miss that lady so much. But one thing that I've always wanted to do since my mom has passed is honor her. And I have yet to do that. I wanted to do something on her birthday every year, whether it was travel, try something new. And so this year I said, you know what? It's time. It's been way too many years and it's time to do it. So I looked on my bucket list, and as my mom told me to continue to live, I signed up for horse riding lessons. Now, the thing is, I only thought, okay, one lesson. Good as golden. We're going to take this lesson, we're going to get on this horse, and then we're going to go on about our business. God always has another plan. I got on a horse, and about 7 months later, I was still on the horse. I absolutely enjoy horse riding. I never would have thought at 45 I would be taking horse riding lessons and that I would absolutely love it. And I love it for so many reasons. Yes, the first day I was very, very scared. I was intimidated. There's the big animal. How am I going to control it? Is it going to run off with me? Is it going to buck on me? I don't know. I don't know how to control it. Well, we going to do this. And I did. I was so intimidated though, but over time, I began to feel a connection with the horse. I began to be more confident within myself and knowing I can control this animal. I can be one with this animal. And you can see as the horse gets to know you, it's kind of like having a big dog. Once a dog gets used to you, they gravitate towards you, they feel your emotions. you just build that connection. And that's just how it was with the horses. And that was that. I absolutely love it. I stopped taking lessons about August, just because life happens again. And I will be getting back on the horse next weekend, and I'm super, super excited. So that's pretty much what I have been up to the past 10 months. It has been a wild ride, and I'm back. I'm officially back. We're going to talk about everything from real estate, as I've been in real estate for, like I said, 20 plus years. Started off as a investor. By my first rental property at 25, and then 2019, I became a licensed realtor in Illinois. So we're going to talk about real estate. We're going to talk about life. We're going to talk about relationships, friendships, more relationships. We may talk about um, food. I'm such a foodie. I love food. So we're gonna talk about food, restaurant, travel, places to go, things to do, people to see. We're gonna talk about all of that. Grief. Because I definitely have my fair share. So yeah, that's what we're gonna talk about. I hope that you absolutely come with me on this journey, because it's gonna be absolutely amazing. So many things going on in the world, and I want us to get together and talk about it. So if you like what you see, hit that like button and follow me, subscribe to me for more. Till next time, Miss Be More here.